Hello everybody, hello again. Hello everyone, again here with another video. Today I'm drawing Venom. The trailer came out a little while ago for the Venom movie, and it actually looks pretty cool. They made Tom Hardy, you know, a relatable character. He's just walking around like, everybody's got problems, you know. And so I thought that was pretty cool. But I guess they didn't show much because a lot of the visual effects are probably not finished, the CG and stuff like that. But what they did show was pretty cool. I'm invested. I do want to see this suit really badly. But there's not much to say about the Venom trailer. I mean, all I could say really is that, just like everyone else, I guess, I'm a fan of Tom Hardy. I loved him since Warrior and Inception and stuff like that. So, you know, everybody likes him. Everybody wants to see this movie. So it better deliver or else everyone's going to be disappointed. As far as it being connected to the MCU, I'm fine either way. I hope Carnage is in the movie. I don't know. I've waited like 20 years to see Carnage on screen. So I think if they just throw him in there, I'll be fine with it, you know? It's just like, how much older am I going to get before I see the things I want to see since I was a little boy, you know? But anyways, let's talk about the drawing. This drawing, I didn't use any reference. I was just looking at a couple of images last week of Venom, and I kind of just went off memory, and I just drew Venom according to how I just remember. And the kind of body style I wanted for him, there's multiple types of Venoms. Right now, he's more of like a soldier, armored kind of person, because I think right now Flash Thompson is using the Venom suit. And then, but over the years, he started off, you know, like he had more of a jock physique. He was like, like him standing next to Spider-Man, he always looked like Spider-Man's big brother who was like a bully or something. But then over the years, I kept making him bigger and more monster-like, and I wanted to do more of the older Venom, where he's just like big, like, you know, he's just like a buff dude basically. I try to give him oversized arms to kind of like dive a little bit into that monstrous side. So that's what we're going to be going for here. There's a couple things I learned while doing this. Usually when I do drawings, I don't keep lighting in mind, but this time when I was doing the construction and such, I kind of knew where I wanted the light to go. And so later on in the video, you should probably see me just like adding shadows for the sake of adding shadows. And also, if I add the shadows first, it gives me less work to do when I go and add some of the details later. So that's like, you know, 2 stones with 1 stick or whatever. I know that's wrong, but just leave it. As far as construction goes, I want to start working more on like creating a scene and not just a drawing, you know what I mean? Like, I usually just draw a figure, draw the details, and that's that. But now I'm going to be focusing more on having the lighting in mind, and maybe having an atmosphere, like just putting him in a setting. Putting people in a setting is very important, because it just kind of makes things feel like they exist. His face, I wanted to go with... there's a very common facial expression Venom has. It's like he's usually sticking his tongue out or something like that, but I just wanted to go ahead and just have him smiling. Just because I didn't want him to have like a cool pose and then just for no reason have his mouth open, have the tongue sticking out. At first, you probably could have saw I was trying to do more of like an animated pose, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I went more with like just a intimidating pose. As far as the drawing phase goes, I wanted to try something different here. I usually try to get the sketch almost to look like the final product, but lately I've been realizing that when I go and ink things, it just doesn't come out with the same energy and flow as the original drawing. So I thought maybe I would do like a very, very rough sketch and then save all of the hard work for when I go and do the actual drawing with the ink. Even though it's on iPad, I guess it's not technically inking, but you know what I mean. So this drawing actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. It's Venom. He's a big buff guy. You just draw a naked buff man and then color him a very dark blue or purple or whatever your preference is. But One thing I did notice about Venom is like he always has like this gooey shine to his to the symbiote suit. So I actually had to go and add a bunch of little blobs to kind of show like a dark reflection to kind of give him that symbiotic, I don't know, dark look on top of the shadows. And I might have went about this the wrong way because I think I drew the details first and then went over and did some shadows, but maybe I should have did the shadows first and then the details, because I'm starting to realize that these drawings do take a lot of time, and it's better to probably just work smarter and not harder. Like maybe I should do the shadows first, that way it creates less work later on when adding details. And then I'm also deciding that maybe I'll start skipping the full sketch phase and go straight into the inking phase before it's like a complete drawing, because there's just like a certain energy when you draw something the first time, and when you go over and try to trace it, you kind of lose that energy. So I'm wondering if I should just skip that step, because that's just like what's working for me. And oh yeah, another thing I wanted to point out, I learned from while I was doing this drawing and the drawing before this, which I'm not going to upload, it's on my Instagram, but if you look at this drawing and the previous videos I've done, you can see that my ink work is like very stiff and the lines just look very artificial. I actually could not find a good brush for inking in Adobe Sketch, so I actually had to go and mess around with some of the preset brushes and mess with the settings on those until I got something I like. That's one of the things that people don't really tell you about digital when you're moving into doing digital drawings from like drawing on paper with pencil. People don't tell you that you're gonna have to learn to tweak brushes and figure out which brushes you want to use to kind of, you know, get that look you want to get when you draw. Because when I first started doing digital, I asked a few people, like you know, my inks, you know, aren't, you know, my black lines are not coming out that good, you know, they look very weird, they look very pixely and stuff like that. And then people just like, oh no, you know, just practice more until you get comfortable with it. But that wasn't really the problem for me. The problem was for me was, the first problem I was having is I was just straight up doing 1080p resolution drawings, and so when I was zooming in and stuff like that, it was very pixely. So if you increase the resolution, then it just makes it a lot easier to draw when you zoom in and stuff, because it's just, you know, it's a lot clearer. So that was like one of the first things I learned when going into digital. Maybe doing a 1080p is too low resolution for, you know, for an art piece. And then the second thing was the brushes. You know, like I knew something was just off, and so you kind of just have to mess with the brushes until you get it working like how you would want it to work in person, and then you should be good to go. But other than that, I don't really have many other tips. Those are kind of just like the first two things I had to learn on my own. Everything else is kind of just practice, trying out different brushes, trying out different opacities, trying out different colors, all that stuff. Slowly learning. But I'm not completely abandoning drawing on paper and pencil. I'm probably gonna do like a drawing a month in my sketchbook, because I wanna do a sketchbook where I do a drawing every month in there, so you can kind of see the progress of how my drawing has a so you kind of see the progress of how my drawing has improved. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that in another video or something like that, on what I've been doing to improve my art. But like my art, from compared to 2 months ago, the way I draw is completely different. I'm feeling a lot more confident, especially since people are actually responding to some of the stuff I'm posting. I never thought. So I guess I'm gonna end this video with, you know, thanking people who have been watching my stuff. Like it's really changed my self-esteem. It's really helped me as a person, and it's given me like something to focus on. And it's just like, but I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here. I've been ranting for too long. I guess like, subscribe, and all that stuff. I don't know if I should say that at this point, but tell me if you have any requests for drawings. I'll try to give it a go, and just enjoy the video, and have a good day. Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dreams.